Now, I want to show you kind of a quick before and after from what I looked like just 10 months ago to what I looked like at the comp just a couple months ago.
And we are the dreamers of dreams.
Living life spinning like a merry-go-round, traveling around the world, you know he gets around. Good vibes only, it's the one and only Justin Bravo. He's my #1 homie, subscribe.
All right, fam, we made it to 2020, and let me tell you, I'm super excited. Came straight from the New Year's Eve party right to the gym, because that's what we do. Me and my boy Joseph, we're about to go inside. We're at Body Gym 24/7. This thing's open all the time, and it is my favorite gym. If you saw my last video, I talked about it, but I'm really excited about 2020 because this is gonna be the year of big things. We're going big in 2020. And I'll tell you that last year I had a lot of luck cutting down and getting prepped for the NACA comp, and I felt really good about that. But I learned a crap ton of stuff along the way. A lot of things, a lot of mistakes I made, a lot of stuff that I did right. And I'm gonna use all that new knowledge to get me in position to hit it right for 2020. So this year I can hit it big and I don't have to have any of the hurdles that I had, bulking up and cutting and all the things for last year. This is gonna be my keto cut season, and then we'll go a little bit mini bulk, mini cuts, but I'm gonna talk all about where you get after it. I'm gonna get after a workout first, and then I wanna give you some tips and stuff that I've learned over this past year, 2019, to make 2020 better, and I hope you can use those tips to make your 2020 to get all the gains, get swole as possible, and all the things. Let's get after it, let's do it. All right, fam, we are hammered out, we're done, we hit all the weights, and let me tell you, it was a really, really good workout. I want to talk real quick about some of the things that I made mistakes, some traps that I fell in when I first started lifting weights 10 months ago. Now, I want to show you kind of a quick before and after from what I looked like just 10 months ago to what I looked like at the comp just a couple months ago. I'm a little heavier now because I've been bulking through the holidays and stuff like that, because I always say count your blessings, not the carbs, go right after it. But I'll tell you what happened was, I started going very heavy very quickly because I enjoyed lifting heavy weights. It was awesome. Me and my buddy Joseph, we were just going benching as much as we can, and we stuck in a strength program the entire time, like for several months, and I ended up hurting my shoulder and causing lots of issues. And then I saw my gains kind of plateau. The one thing I've learned is that you should do proper phasing with your workout programming. You should have a strength phase, but then you should also have a hypertrophy phase. And you really should split that up in a couple. You can have one where you're focused on the mind-muscle connection, and having a third one where you focus on getting intense pumps. And with all those combined, each time you switch from a different phase, you'll get more adaptation, and your body will automatically switch over each time you do it. And then as you go through the hypertrophy phases and you bounce back to strength, you'll notice that you didn't lose much, and you'll probably just pick right back up, and you'll gain and add more on your strength phases. That's the one thing that I really, really did not understand when I first started, and I went right after just doing strength, because who doesn't like lifting heavy weights? I mean, I love going and putting up as much iron as possible, but it caused me a lot of pain, a lot of issues. Another thing that I didn't do is I didn't really take consideration of any prehab stuff. And you really need to get bands, you need to be doing external rotation stuff. There's a lot of little things that you should be looking at, and I'm gonna go into full detail about what some of my prehab and rehab stuff that really help strengthen up my shoulders. So when I was benching and doing all these things, that I really was focused on getting strength there and being strong. Because I'll tell you, even ankle mobility, knee mobility, all these things play factors as you put on more and more muscle. And I'll tell you, because what ends up happening is you can get, your muscles are almost too strong for the tendons, and you feel like you can tear something, you have some kind of issues there. So phasing, injury prevention, there's a lot of little things that I just did not take into fact. And I'll tell you that if you're watching there's a lot of influencers I was watching in the beginning, which they were doing these bro splits, where they were doing, arm day, chest day, back day, calf day. I mean, these weird splits. And I'll tell you, another thing that I really noticed was, and you see a lot of influencers now, and you're gonna start seeing this in 2020, everyone's going full body splits. Because one of the biggest things that most people are missing out on is frequency. Because even if you blast your chest on Monday, and it takes 2 days for protein synthesis to kick in. After 2 days, you're probably wiped out. You're not gonna get those gains until the next day, or the next time you lift on that body part. So if you go and you just doing that, the reality is you're missing out on all these potential gains. By doing a full body routine, you can get the same amount of volume on your chest, splitting up in 3 workouts, but you get the frequency aspect and you're not taxing that body part so much. There's no reason for you to go and feel like your muscles are gonna fall off the bone. That's not a good sign. That's probably a sign of overtraining and that you maybe overdid it, because there's no need to take it to the limit. There's no need to go to failure. What you wanna be doing is having a full body routine, 3 to 4, or if you're gonna do a split, the one that we had a lot of success with was a push-pull routine, push-pull legs. That allowed us really to still hit each body part 2 to 3 times a week. And honestly, like to me, I think optimize is 3 times a week. That's where we saw the most success. And the full body routines now, we're hitting everything at 4 times a week, and we're feeling really good about it. The strength's there, the gains have been there, and everything's been really, really solid. So those are the 3 things that I fell into, was doing bro splits, not phasing my workouts properly, and not taking injury prevention seriously. I'm gonna do some videos that are gonna go into detail about each one of these things, and nutrition and keto and all this stuff as we start on this keto cut. And my goal over the next really 4 weeks, I'm gonna do a 4-week mini cut, and then I'm gonna bulk up for 4 weeks and do another mini cut. I'm gonna go back and forth. I wanna talk about mini cuts and mini bulks. There's so much to cover, so many things I want us to talk about, and we're gonna get after it. But for now, guys, I'm gonna call peace out on this stuff. But get on the Instagram at Justin Bravo, and you can see a little bit more detail of what we're doing day to day. And until next time, be great.
Damn. Yeah.
Bro, where's your fur coat at? Dude, I'm sweating way too much for that fur coat right now.